for the Pat Narduzzi Show. The Pat Narduzzi Show is presented by the Power of Bowser and brought to you by GBU Life, providing life insurance, annuities, and community service since 1892. The Pat Narduzzi Show is on the Panther Radio Network.
Live from the Hotel Indigo on Technology Drive, down the hill from the campus of the University of Pittsburgh. Welcome to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser. I'm Pat Bostic with Chris Pickle, 97 head football coach Pat Narduzzi. Panthers are coming off a 4 straight victory over NC State and are headed to the West Coast for an ACC road tilt at Stanford on Saturday afternoon. Coach, guys are making a 2,600-mile trip. I think the equipment truck, PGT Trucking, is somewhere probably
They
past.
left yesterday, yeah.
They left yesterday, so probably somewhere in Nevada or somewhere out west somewhere. That's a long trip.
That's a long trip. I wouldn't be driving a semi-truck.
God
bless those guys.
We thank the
drive safely.
We thank the proud professionals of PGT Trucking for their great support. And obviously, that's a key component of it, getting the equipment out there so you guys can play a ball game on Saturday.
The problem is our equipment's still kind of here, so we're going to have a loaded-up plane because we got to use our equipment today and tomorrow.
We'll talk about the logistical challenges that are a West Coast cross-country trip. The ACC obviously adding Stanford and Cal, SMU, a couple years ago, and this is the Panthers' first foray into a West Coast trip. It'll be a 3:30 Eastern time kickoff, which is a 12:30 local time, Pacific time kickoff out in Palo Alto, which is a big deal because you play at 12:30, it feels like a 3:30 game for your football team, whereas some of the night games out there, it's 7:30, it feels like 10:30. You're concluding the fourth quarter at 2 a.m. essentially.
Yeah, we've taken 2 trips out there in the past, so I kind of know what that's like. We played Oregon when Mariota was there and Cal back in the day at Michigan State, and at 2 o'clock in the morning, it's hard to play the fourth quarter like that.
Yeah, there's no question.
Can't practice it.
There's no question. You're going to ask for your team to replicate what they did a week ago, which was you asked for a complete game, and I think your Panthers delivered.
We had a complete game offensively for sure. With scoring 53, there was no defensive points in there, but we did get a turnover on defense. We didn't play great on defense, but based on the personnel we had out there, we survived, I guess. We gave up too many explosive plays, I think 7 in the game, and it's more than our limit.
You mentioned in your post-game comments that Night Stalkers was a new personnel grouping you guys put in there. You guys have embodied kind of next man up, and in that case you had to devise a way to get your best 11 on the field, and it wasn't Delta, but it was nickel-ish, I guess. It
was nickel-ish. I mean, we played with nickel. That was the other package, just nickel, period. We don't have a nickel package. We put that in, too. But I thought Night Stalkers was a better thing to talk about than just the nickel package. Everybody talks about nickel.
Yeah, well, it gets people's attention. It's a good name. I kind of like it. Hopefully it sticks. You saw Kavir Baines.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Well, in some way, shape, or form, you're right. Kavir Baines Marquez playing the nickel for the majority of the game. Maybe Ibrahim starting at middle linebacker. Cam Lindsey, a redshirt freshman, playing a lot. Braylon Lovelace moving all around. I mean, you guys have plugged up holes. You put Band-Aids on bullet holes at times. You guys have blue-vased it, I guess, found a way.
No doubt. That's our motto, is just try to find a way to get it done, and we certainly did that. And that's the most impressive thing is our guys kept believing, regardless of who's on the field. It wasn't a poor me, we can't get it done. How are we going to do this without Kyle Lewis and Rasheem Biles? So our guys believe.
You guys are heading to the West Coast, and that, as we mentioned earlier, brings with it a little bit of a change in your routine. You guys are leaving tomorrow afternoon to get out there a day early. What's the thought process about that?
Well, just to get out there and get acquainted with, it takes a little while just to get acquainted with the time change. But really, I mean, our schedule's the same. We just get to spend more time together as a family. Earlier in the week I talked about, our Monday's a normal Monday, our Tuesday's a normal Tuesday, Wednesday's a normal day, and Thursday, our perfect Thursday, is a normal day until 3 o'clock. And instead of them hanging out in their apartments, they'll be hanging out on an airplane, traveling out to just get in place for a heck of a game on Saturday.
You guys have some West Coast on your roster, obviously. Kavir Baines Marquez is from San Jose. Upa is from San Jose, which is 15 minutes away from Stanford. Our player guest tonight is Jake Overman, senior captain, tight end, who's from a while away in California.
But he's Cali boy.
But he's Cali. So you got some West Coast. And you mentioned family. Real quick, Bill Gonsalves, Matt Gonsalves' father, sadly passed away today. The Gonsalves they were big in the tailgate scene at Pitt. We know Big Matt is a huge part of the family. Obviously, our condolences to them.
No doubt about it. I talked to Matt earlier today. Obviously, he's a big part of our family. His mother sent me a big long text. They're doing well. His dad is in a better place right now. Matt, just mentioned it. He's in a good place. He's looking forward to traveling to Pittsburgh this weekend. I didn't even know who the Steelers play. Like, I'm like in a different
You're
world.
living under a rock.
I'm living under a rock. I was like, who does Steelers play this week?
They play the Colts.
So Matt's going to be here, and his mom's going to be here as well. So they'll be there for Matt as well.
Well, they'll feel like they're at home because this is certainly home for them. Coming back on the Pat Narduzzi Show, we'll get into the players of the week from last week's 50 spot over NC State. A big win for the Panthers, who have won 4 straight ACC games and head out to the West Coast for a 12:30 local time game on Saturday. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
The University of Pittsburgh is one of the nation's oldest institutions of higher education. The Hail to Pittsburgh program highlights the history, success, and goodwill of businesses rooted in Pittsburgh. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize a Hail to Pittsburgh corporate partner, J&A Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electric. J&A has proudly served Pittsburgh since 1993 with an expert team delivering reliable work, trusted value, and lasting comfort. Thank you, J&A, for your support of Pitt, because together we hail to Pittsburgh.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better, because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate sponsor of Pitt Athletics.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
And stepping out of the tackle and going for the goal line is Kenny Johnson, and I think they have him out of bounds just shy of the goal line at 12 seconds left of the half. Touchdown, Bill. They call it a touchdown.
Larry Richard, our partner on the sideline. Bill Hillgrove, obviously the voice of the Panthers with that call. Kenny Johnson, a one-on-one stiff arm, and then he put a hurt on that defensive back, and he was a little banged up in the process, too. There was some collateral damage, but it was a big-time touchdown by KJ before the end of the half.
It really was. That was a heck of a play by him, just breaking that tackle and getting loose and finding a way. I wish he'd have cut back a little bit just to loosen the blow, but it was a great play.
Big-time player. There were a lot of big-time players, obviously, for you guys. Every week after a win, we go through the weekly awards. Sometimes we don't award them based on a performance, i.e. last week there were no offensive players or offensive linemen of the week, but this week we got a chock-full list here of big-time players, and we'll start on special teams with, I want to ask you about this. This freshman class in general is contributing in a lot of ways, probably more so than maybe any freshman class I can recall, at least the volume of freshmen. and your special teams player of the week is a big part of that class.
No doubt about it. The freshman class has been good. I got asked on Monday at my presser just about how many. We'll have to get EJ or Mike. Maybe EJ can do some back work for us. He ain't done anything all year. So we might as well get EJ, if you're out there listening, which I don't know if you are or not. Like, you disappeared. But Mike will give us some stats on how many freshmen have played. But this young man, Tony Kinsler, has done an outstanding job. He had a winning grade on special teams. He had 2 tackles. He's getting closer to being able to really help us on offense. I think he's going to be a spectacular wide receiver for us. So just remember that name, Tony Kinsler, because you will be seeing him catch some balls. But there's not very often receivers play special teams. Okay, and I'll tell you why, because usually they're too soft. If they were tough enough, they'd play defense, but they play receiver. But Tony Kinsler is one of those tough guys that will go block you. He'll go tackle you. He's been a great gunner. He can jam. He's really bought into Coach Bronowski and the special teams. So I got a heck of a lot more respect for receivers that will go down and play for you on special teams.
Yeah, he has really flashed at that gunner spot on punt. And on defense, perhaps the star of the Night Stalker group, a guy that played every position virtually last week in terms of safety, played nickel, and then was all over the place, and his stats show for it, is a transfer and a San Jose native.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Kavir Baines, outstanding. Again, a winning grade, 3 tackles and assists, TFL, PBU. Again, like you said, he played the boundary safety, he played the field safety, he played the nickel spot, which is an outside linebacker spot, but he played it in 2 different packages. He played it in the Night Stalkers, and he also played it in the nickel package. So you talk about not only is he athletic enough, he's physical, he gets off blocks, makes plays, but he's really intelligent too.
Everyone looks at the transfer portal, and if they don't see a Power 5 school next to a guy, they wonder if they're good enough. I think he is proof that he can play at this level and has belonged at this level maybe from the beginning.
No question about it. I mean, it's just that's why there's good players everywhere, right? Sometimes those Power 5 guys or Power 4 guys are probably the worst ones. There's a reason they're not playing somewhere else. But that's a great job by our recruiting staff. Obviously, Corey Sanders, the defense staff, and myself looking at, what we like in being able to identify talent in football players. Your
offensive player of the week, speaking of Power 4 offers, was devoid of a lot of Power 4 offers. In fact, he only had one in a small town of Oregon, Ohio, and he has proven to be just an excellent quarterback for you as a true freshman.
Yeah, Mason Heinschel has done an outstanding job. 423 yards, 3 TDs. And didn't get sacked all day. And again, that's a tribute to him making sure he doesn't get the ball out of his hand. And our offensive line did a terrific job as well. But he did have another Power 4 offer, but he keeps forgetting this one. Okay, not up until the end when Michigan didn't think they were going to get their quarterback, their starter right now, Underwood, and he was kind of wavering. They had offered Mason. He said no to him. So. He's been loyal to Pitt all along, and he'll continue to be.
He was also loyal to his high school back in those days. That's been well documented. Had opportunities to go to other high schools.
They tried to get him over at Big Central Catholic, come play for us, and he's like, no.
He finished the job at Clay High School, got him back to the playoffs, and did things that school hadn't done in a long time. You mentioned the line, no sacks. That left side's been all brand new, and your left guard was your offensive lineman of the week.
No doubt about it. Ryan Coretta. Again, graded out with a winning grade, played really well against a really talented North Carolina State defensive line, and picked up the backers blitz, and he just continues to get better every week. We're excited about the development he's made. Not only there but also playing center when we need him.
Unsung heroes for your special teams.
Unsung, Luke Delgadio. Luke is an outstanding kid. I mean, he's put the work in. He's a 5th-year senior, winning grade, had a tackle, just does everything exactly the way you want. He's played a little special teams throughout the years, but he could never quite figure it out. And again, I attribute that to Coach Bronowski. He's coaching, keeping it simple, and giving maybe kids that don't have the athletic ability, but he gives them the tools to go out there and be successful. And that's what I love about what we do.
Well, the trickle-down effect, too, I would imagine, of having so many guys out on defense and having to put backups in on defense to play meaningful snaps has got to affect Coach Bronowski and his special teams units.
It trickles down big time. Matter of fact, after Ebe Abraham ran down on the second kickoff and got banged up, I was like, get him off. We don't have any other linebackers. Get him off, put somebody else on. He's like, oh! And then you're running down, on kickoff with guys that have never run down. So it all trickles down to special teams. That's a great point.
Your unsung hero on defense came up with the ball in his hands on a critical play.
He did. He's hustled to the ball. I mean, we talk about busting your butt, get to the ball. Doesn't matter. Don't assume someone else is going to make the play, but you never know when he's going to get out. But Cam Lindsey knocked the ball out, and Rashad Battle falls on it. But he had a great PBU in the first series, which just kind of, it changes that momentum when you feel like you can lock your receiver down. You got him locked up enough. He may have had him locked up too good. He had a little grip on his jersey, nice little tug, tight tug. He had a tight tug on him, and played with good technique, I guess, right?
Played with great technique, and he made plays. And offensively, unsung hero, we just heard his touchdown a little bit ago.
Kenny Johnson, man, 7 catches in the first half for 112 yards. If he plays the whole second half, I mean, he's the player. He's player of the year in the country. But at the beginning of the game, I mean, there was a series that C.J. Lee went in there, and I'm like, why is Kenny out of there? And we went 3 and out, and I'm like, why is Kenny out of the game? Like, who took him out? I didn't take him out. But I don't know. My 11 seasons here, I don't know if I've seen a receiver take a game over like he did. It was just like throw it to Kenny, and he's gonna get yak. I mean, he was getting open. He was running great routes. He is so different than what he was a year ago. I'm just proud of the development he's made.
ACC Receiver of the Week, and did that in a half of football, and also had a big punt return to start your first drive, which was a big play in the game. Defensive Attack Force Player of the Week, played multiple positions as well for you on Saturday.
I mean, Braylon's played Mike linebacker all season long. Had an opportunity to go play our money position, which is our boundary spot. But again, graded out winning there. He was excited to go play a different spot. It was like that was his old spot, so he got to go back home where he started at, and shoot, he may be playing there next year. Who knows? But had 3 tackles, 2 assists, and runs the whole show from either outside or middle linebacker. And he's had an outstanding year for us, like we thought he would.
Last thing, obviously, you got Rocks players starting now in some places, so your Rocks have been affected as well. But your 3 Rocks players of the week. Yeah,
special teams was Truett Brown, a big tight end from Tampa area down in Florida. He's really developed into a really solid player for us right now. He's Jake can tell you about that tight end room, but he's a guy that last year he would have never sniffed that award. I can tell you that. But he's starting to sniff around and trying to get some awards. So I'm happy for him, and that's it's development. It doesn't matter if it's a true freshman scholarship kid or a walk-on kid. We expect everybody to get better.
Yeah, and offensively,
Shep Turk.
What a name. That's a
TJ
Pittsburgh
player,
name if I've ever heard one.
Shep, plays center for us. He had a couple bad snaps on Tuesday. Coach Bates went nuts because you're looking for your scout team to operate the offense, and when bad snap messes up the play. The clock's ticking. We're not getting getting enough plays in. We need to see that again. We didn't get to see it. But Shep does an outstanding job. He had a great week last week. Maybe he had a little relief syndrome, thinking he got the scout team player of the week, and then a couple snaps sailed over quarterback's head this week.
Yeah, he's stacking special teams. Offensive Rocks player of the week, and lastly on defense.
Zach Saulers was our defensive player of the week. Plays linebacker, plays a little defensive end. So he kind of does whatever we need him to do, but he's always working those offensive linemen, blitzing and just doing his job. He's a high motor, give you everything he's got type kid.
Coming up next, the moment we've all been waiting for. Tight end number 87, Captain Jake Overman will join us. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland, host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now at Bowser Chevy, get 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Well, that's the power of Bowser.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
Join GBU Life and the GBU Foundation for our biggest fundraiser of the year. GBU members can nominate a nonprofit, and if you're not a member, any donation gives you the same opportunity to nominate. Your gift puts your nominated nonprofit in the running for one of 4 $10,000 community grants. Visit gbu.org/foundation to give today. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Nominated nonprofits must be IRS recognized 501c3 public charity serving local U.S. communities. Full details at gbu.org/foundation.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Trips right to the boundary. Now they break it with motion. Straight ahead into the end zone for the touchdown comes Desmond Reed. Desmond's second touchdown rushing of the year, and the Panthers get it up to 16-7 with point pending.
Get it up to.
There he goes, Billy Hillgrove on the voice of the Panthers, and welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. Desmond Reed's rushing touchdown last week. We tried to clip our guest on the Pat Narduzzi Show, Jake Overman's onside kick recovery, which is, Coach, as you mentioned, it's a huge play. I mean, those are pivotal moments in the game that can swing momentum.
No doubt. Every Thursday we work, kind of what we call old HOTS drill, fireworks drill, where, I'm actually one of the guys. Coach Manlack's right next to me. Our kickers are kicking them, so we're getting multiple guys just, fielding those balls. And we used to do this at Michigan State. I thought it was big time, just to get those guys comfortable. And when I took the job here, okay.
We were in the radio booth together.
We were at the radio booth together down in Dallas at the Fort Worth Bowls.
I think it was Armed Forces Bowl.
Just beat Baylor in the Cotton Bowl the day before, and then the next day, me and my family go over to watch, Pitt play Houston, and 3 onside kicks in the second half, right at a linebacker.
Okay, let's move on from that topic.
And didn't get any of them. So when I talk about that, my first experience as a head coach of Pitt, we lost 3 of them. Luckily, I wasn't on that sideline.
I'm going to refocus here. Jake Overman, our player guest, captain from Yorba Linda, California. Yes. Did I pronounce that correct?
Yep, perfect. Thanks for having me.
Where is Yorba Linda in California? Give us the coordinates.
It is in Orange County. So I say right in the middle of, right below LA and right above San Diego.
Okay, so a long ways from Palo Alto.
A long way from Palo Alto, but the family's making the trip out there.
So how many people you got coming down to the game?
I just submitted 20 tickets.
20 tickets. We got Kavir Baines. Marquez has 60 people coming or something like that, he said.
60?
And Upa. I saw Upa at the barber today. I was getting my hair cut with Eddie Nuovo, our barber. Shout out Eddie. Jake,
we gotta get Eddie on the bat.
We gotta get Eddie on. Well, he's got to fork over some cheddar.
I go to Eddie.
He's got to fork over some cheddar. We can get that done, Jake. That's on you.
Come on, Eddie.
But Upa's going to have a bunch of people there.
Yeah.
And obviously you played at Stanford before. Obviously you played at Oregon State, so you played down there on the farm, as they call it.
Yes, the farm or the library, as they call it as well. It's a cool stadium, good grass, but I think a lot of them are out studying.
They're out, but it's a big opportunity, obviously, for you guys this week. And you talk about being a leader on this team, Jake. You guys are sitting there at 2-2 a few weeks ago, couple straight losses, and you rattled off 4 straight, and you've done it with a freshman quarterback. How would you describe kind of the vibe of the locker room right now, knowing the opportunities starting Saturday that are ahead of you?
Yeah, I think we're rolling right now. We're super excited for this game coming up. It's another opportunity. I think Coach Dews has done an amazing job each week just talking to us about the importance of going 1-0. And we're focused on the next week, and we're excited to head out to California for the first time in a long time. I think Pitt hasn't been out there for a while. I saw something like 80-something year or 100 years, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, we weren't flying on a 757 back then. I think it was a little bit more of a patchwork job getting out there. But wanted to ask you, Coach, about Jake. Him and Lyndon Cooper, Desmond Reed, obviously, all second-year transfers that got voted as captains. And it just, what does that say about them melding into your culture?
We got obviously all three of those are great, great human beings. First of all, they've got culture to them. They're great football players. They're smart, and it's odd that that it's really transfers that are being our guys.
Especially in your program,
they're leading. We don't have that many transfers, but they've shown great leadership. I mean, he's been a leader a year ago. I mean, we've had great talks. I always say players learn from coaches and coaches learn from players, and I've learned some good stuff from Jake through the years with some of our talks and just little things that make you a better program and better head coach. So, it's special. And again, like I said, I don't pick the captains. Our players vote for them, and it's a tribute to those three young men that develop those relationships with our players. It's a tribute to our players saying it's not about us. It's not about the guys I came to Pitt. I've been here for 3 years. Why don't I be captain? Nobody really cares. It's who's leading, and everybody's got a role. And we play to that.
Yeah, you obviously you lead on the field, you lead in the locker room, but there's things that, Jake, we want to talk to you about what you're doing in the community on campus and things of that nature that I think speak to football, obviously, but also what you mean to this campus in your short time here. But I want to ask you this as a veteran. You go in the huddle and you're looking at Mason Heinschel, you're looking at Boosie Turner, two true freshmen in there. Just what can you say about their maturity, not their play, but their maturity, because both of them I feel like they've expected to do this, despite no one else probably thinking that.
Yeah, I think it shows a lot about who they really are as people. It's not easy to get on the field as true freshmen, and they are people of high character. They are men of high character, and I think that they've shown throughout their time being here that they are more than capable of handling the things that come with stepping on the field and making plays, and they've shown that they've been able to handle the successes of it, and they're going to continue to do so because of the people that they are.
Well, we know Jake Overman can get it done on the field, certainly, but it's more about what he does off the field that we're going to dive into next on the Pat Narduzzi Show. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At LB Foster Company, we've been leading in innovation for 120 years. We support the rail industry with technologies that keep things moving, monitor conditions, and enable safety. Our solutions enhance environments by helping to ensure that critical infrastructure remains sound and functional. By deploying advanced manufacturing technologies in a precast concrete building or a bridge, our goal is to improve the lives of those who rely on us. LB Foster. We innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges.
At the University of Pittsburgh, the gold standard is the championship level that Pitt athletics programs strive to achieve. This season, Pitt Athletics is recognizing those businesses that support Pitt Athletics at the gold standard championship level. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize its 2025 gold standard corporate partners, Clearview Federal Credit Union and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Thank you for supporting Pitt Athletics. Together, we go for gold.
No one gets you closer to the Pitt Panthers than the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Go inside the locker rooms, on the sidelines, and inside the game as we provide exclusive analysis, breaking news, and recruiting updates all season long. Have a question or want to comment on how Pitt's doing? Join a chat with a Post-Gazette reporter at postgazette.com/Pitt. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Post-Gazette has the best eyes and ears on all Pitt sports. Thinking about selling your home? With RE/MAX Select Realty, you're not just getting an agent, you're getting a powerhouse team backed by the #1 name in real estate. Our proven marketing, expert negotiators, and cutting-edge technology mean your home sells faster and for top dollar. Trust the brand with global reach and local expertise. When it comes to selling your biggest investment, don't settle. Select RE/MAX Select Realty, official real estate sponsor of Pitt Athletics.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
3 receivers to the left side. Run the ball. And to the end zone comes Ja'Karian Turner. Boosie is loose for his 5th rushing touchdown, and the Panthers get into the 50s.
Ja'Karian Turner for 6. Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show with Jake Overman, senior tight end, number 87. 6'4", 240, Yorba Linda, California, transfer from Oregon State. We'll start there. You go coast to coast now. You played a few years at Oregon State, decided to come to Pitt prior to the 2024 season. I'm going to ask both you gentlemen the perspective from both sides, but starting with you, Jake, what drew you here to Pittsburgh?
There were so many things, but the opportunity that I was presented was just something that I couldn't resist. I think obviously the opportunity with joining an ACC football team that is well known, that competes for a championship every single year. It was something that I wanted to be a part of, and then the academics and the amazing city that we live in. I think there was way too many opportunities here in this city to turn down.
I would imagine how he talks and what he means, what he's about probably is one of the biggest things that attracted you to Jake.
No doubt, it comes down to character first. I mean, who you're recruiting, and we knew Jake could come in and be an instant guy that could help us win football games, and that's what he's done since he's been here. He's been very productive. In the run game and the pass game. Again, he's one of those guys we watched on tape and said we love that guy. We want him in Pittsburgh, offered him, and we were lucky enough to get him.
And you guys come in and transfer all over the place now in college football, and it's commonplace for transfers to have an impact, to become leaders, to become captains in some case. But to become leaders on campus is a whole other ball of wax because it takes time to do that. You've done that in a short amount of time, and I don't want to do it misjustice by trying to describe what you've done. But it's the Pitt purpose, and I want to give you the floor, Jake, about what you're doing and the movement you've created.
Yeah, I mean, it started, I guess now almost a year ago. I really just felt the calling on my heart from God to just lead this team, in particular, into the presence of God, and that started with weekly Bible studies. And we saw guys showing up, guys hungry for more. And I think, in this day and age of college football, it becomes our identity, and guys quickly realize that there's going to be a day where football ends. And if you are rooted in football, you're going to come up empty at the end of that. So making sure that your identity is built on the foundation of Christ is something that to me is extremely important. And that quickly, caught fire and it moved quickly onto campus through other sports teams. And we ended up having an event on campus. It was called Pitt for Jesus. We had over 600 people there. We had about 80 people that were baptized. 65 people, gave their lives to Jesus there that night. It was truly an unbelievable night. For me as, I guess, the leader of this movement on campus and within the athletics program, but truly a special night for this campus, for this city, and I think for this nation. I think we're seeing, the ripple effect of events like this throughout our country, and people are coming to Jesus in big numbers, and it's cool to see.
Big burly tight end, and he's called to do something like this. I mean, you don't see that every day with your players, Coach.
I've been coaching a long time, and he's special. And again, to me, that's what it's all about. It's not just about football. It's not just about school. It's about life. And we talk about just our faith, in our building all the time. I mean, to me, it's just that other part. You talk about faith, family, and football, and that's what it's all about. So we appreciate everything he does. You have another year left.
I wish.
Shoot, I wish too.
Yeah.
He's special. I mean, just in every respect. That's you got to love it like that. It's not just football.
You're talking about leaving an indelible impact, like a decade-long impact in a short amount of time. I mean, the kind of stuff you're doing certainly has done that. Is there anything in your life that's led you to that point? I mean, is it how you're raised? Is it things like that? Because that is unique.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a whole lot of things that go into it. I've had a great foundation, starting with family, great pastors, great mentors, great coaches. I've been around great people my whole life, and I truly believe I've been blessed to be able to say that. But no, it was truly just a time in prayer where I truly felt God saying, hey, Jake, I want to use you to reach this campus. And I just said, okay. And the rest, I guess, is just all up to him.
I want to ask you, before we get back to some ball talk, because we got to talk Stanford.
Yeah.
I want to ask you about your family and those that have had the biggest impact. You give me an opportunity to shout them out here on the Pat Narduzzi Show.
Yeah, I think they're listening right now all the way out in Orange County, California. And, yeah, my family's been amazing. My dad is a man of faith. He's a great leader. He owned a business for many years, and I think with that I was able to look up to him in many ways. My mom, the nurturer of the family, and I was lucky enough to have a mom who wasn't just a softie, but she was honestly probably one of the harder ones on me, and I think she helped me get to this point. And then, yeah, I have a younger sister who was always kind of just nagging at me, and over the years our relationship, has grown into something pretty special. So I got a great family.
Let's talk about Stanford. They're 3-0 at home. This is a team that obviously they're new to the ACC. You know them a little bit better probably than most, having played them before, but totally new coaching, head coach, interim head coach. What do you see from their defense, Jake, as you watch them on tape?
Yeah, I think they're a good team. I mean, like you said, they're 3-0 at home. I think that says a lot. I think they play really hard. That's something that we've seen on the offensive side of the ball is their defense flies around. They play hard. They do things right. They play with discipline. So we're excited to go in and play hard.
Play hard. And here's to Jake Overman getting to the end zone this week. I'm all for it. A little homecoming out of the state of California. Yeah. They've got Holmes in the end zone. Altman's got in the end zone. Yep. Let's get Jake Overman back in the end zone. Jake, we appreciate your time.
We got to get him in the end zone in California.
We got to get him in the end zone in California. So from your lips to Cade Bell's ears, let's get that done. And Mason's arm.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on it.
He's on it. Jake, appreciate your time tonight. Best of luck this week and in everything you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you, guys.
Jake Overman, ladies and gentlemen, big number 87, doing a lot here in the city of Pittsburgh. We're going to dive more into Stanford, break down this Pitt-Stanford matchup next on the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
At PNC Bank, they pride themselves on being boring. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly toiled away to serve up brilliant results for their equally brilliant clients. As a proud sponsor of Pitt Athletics, PNC digs your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams throughout Pittsburgh, all ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association.
As on the football field, financial planning requires a comprehensive playbook to win the wealth management game. JKS Financial understands that your needs are unique and will provide the game plan to win your financial goals. Their wealth advisors use proven strategies with a focus on retirement distribution and will coach you through your journey to financial stability and peace of mind for the future. Visit jksfinancial.com.
The University of Pittsburgh is one of the nation's oldest institutions of higher education. The Hail to Pitt program highlights the history, success, and goodwill of businesses rooted in Pittsburgh. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize a Hail to Pittsburgh corporate partner, Bowser Automotive, a family-owned dealership offering new and used vehicles, expert service, and financing across top brands. Delivering trusted care, value, and a seamless car buying experience since 1983. Thank you, Bowser Automotive, for your support of Pitt, because together, we hail to Pittsburgh.
No one gets you closer to the Pitt Panthers than the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Go inside the locker rooms, on the sidelines, and inside the game as we provide exclusive analysis, breaking news, and recruiting updates all season long. Have a question or want to comment on how Pitt's doing? Join a chat with a Post-Gazette reporter at postgazette.com/Pitt. From the football field to the volleyball court, the Post-Gazette has the best eyes and ears on all Pitt sports.
At L.B. Foster, we've been building America's infrastructure since 1902. We hold a market-leading reputation in the rail and infrastructure segments and embrace the digital era by anticipating the evolving needs of these markets. Our engineered solutions help to ensure safe and efficient rail transportation and public infrastructure for generations to come. Visit lbfoster.com to discover career opportunities and see how we innovate to solve global infrastructure challenges.
It's the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show. Here's what you need to know. Brought to you by PNC Bank. We're going to talk about Stanford Cardinal. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. Coach, Stanford made a coaching change during the summer. Obviously, they brought Frank Reich in, who was the head coach of the Colts. He was Andrew Luck's coach for the Colts as well for a period of time. Longtime offensive coordinator of the National Football League. They're NFL-like in a lot of ways and very unique. We've seen the GM word used a lot. I think Andrew Luck's, the definition of that term for him is a little bit different than maybe other places.
No doubt. He's heavily involved. You watch him on the sideline. If you watch a TV copy, which, I watch a lot of TV copies, in the evenings just to kind of just watch the flow of a game on TV. So he's involved. He's the cheerleader on the sideline, pumping guys up and just motivating guys on the sideline, which, what better guy, great NFL player, great Stanford quarterback. So they're a good football program. I mean, they're well coached. As Jake said earlier, they play with effort, they play with toughness, and they're a disciplined football team. Yeah, Frank Reich, obviously, NFL background. Certainly Andrew Luck, he's very familiar. They're familiar with each other. Then Nate Byam was a teammate of mine at Pitt. He's coached the tight ends, and I guess he's the offensive coordinator there in terms of organizing things. It looks like Frank Reich calls the plays on game day, but Nate is a great friend and teammate. And this is a ball club that's 3-0 at home. And two of those are ACC wins over Florida State and Boston College. So they had Miami down to a 14-7 game late third quarter. This is no pushover. No question about it. I mean, they played really well at home. When they travel, they're traveling across the darn country, so it's not easy ever crossing, that many time zones. So, got a lot of respect for them. I mean, they do a great job at running the ball. I mean, they're pro-oriented. They're going to run the duo play. You know what the duo
double
play?
Teams.
A lot of double teams up front. We're going to have to, and they know what they're doing in their scheme. I mean, I think they do a great job of executing. They know who they can block, who they can't block. They're going to motion guys in to block that eighth guy in the box, and they do a good job at what they do. Positionally, it looks like the tight end position for them. They've got a lot of prototypical NFL look tight ends, and it starts with Big Sam Roush. Yeah, Sam Roush is the big guy. Him and 88 Blackburn will be the two guys in their 12 personnel. And, unlike a lot of teams we play at the ACC, they are 50-50, 11 personnel, which means they'll have 3 receivers on the field, or, just 11 personnel with just, 12 personnel with just 2 receivers on the field. So they're very balanced as far as the personnel groupings. And, so we got to flop back and forth. I mean, 12 personnel, for example, for the listeners out there, 12 personnel, 2 tight ends in a game, you can't go nickel. You're in big trouble. You're not going Night Stalker against 12 personnel. No, not doing that. So those are some of the differences that we've got to be careful with this week. When you extrapolate kind of the schedule, you look back to Central Michigan, you made that kind of connotation. They're a little bit more like them stylistically when you look at their offensive strategy. Yeah, I would say Central plus then and then throw in any ACC team. I mean, most teams we play in the ACC are primarily 11 will give you just a sprinkling. You're going to see a dozen 12 personnel. Central Michigan was over the top as far as their big people. I mean, it might have been big people the whole game. Yep. They go from 12 to 13 to 14, but it'll be half of a Central Michigan Boston College type game as far as the personnel goes. Ben Gulbranson's their starting quarterback. He's thrown 8 touchdowns, 7 interceptions on the year. His primary target, C.J. Williams, Wisconsin transfer on the perimeter, number 3, looks to have great speed. He's got great speed. He's got he's a great route runner. He's gonna he understands how to get in and out of breaks. He's gonna stem you pretty good. He's really good. And then the other guy, Brian Farrell's had some big plays. I mean, he's a not as big a guy, 5'10" guy, but he's the straight line, flat out can run. He'll run some jet sweeps and some reverses, but he's against Virginia he had 2 gigantic big time posts and a fade in that game, and so he's a guy that. You better keep an eye on just as far as his speed. You mentioned watching, this is kind of the game within the game, watching coach's tape versus TV copy. I'd imagine the TV copy gives you a better feel for tempo. What do you expect from a tempo standpoint from Stanford? You know what, I know Coach talked about, Frank, Reich talked about, coming out in the Miami game and going tempo. But when we see tempo, we know what tempo looks like. It's not tempo. They didn't huddle, but they were, snapping the ball in 20 seconds. That's slow for us. So, we hope they go faster. That'll be even better if they go faster. But it was snapping the ball in 20. But, I guess if you're huddling up, that's fast for them. So we've been prepared for the tempo all year. We don't see enough of it. Everybody's huddling up nowadays because you got the green dot, and they don't want anybody to steal their signals like Michigan did.
Interesting. Coming up next on the Pat Narduzzi Show, we'll flip the script, go on the Stanford defense, their special teams, and keep diving into this matchup. You're listening to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Hey, Pitt fans! Delta Airlines is proud to fly the Pittsburgh Panthers and their fans across the country and around the globe. Delta Airlines offers nonstop service to 6 destinations from Pittsburgh. Whether traveling for business or pleasure, you'll enjoy Delta Airlines' award-winning customer service as we support you through your travel journey. Pitt Athletics and Delta Airlines. Keep climbing.
Join GBU Life and the GBU Foundation for our biggest fundraiser of the year. GBU members can nominate a nonprofit, and if you're not a member, any donation gives you the same opportunity to nominate. Your gift puts your nominated nonprofit in the running for one of 4 $10,000 community grants. Visit gbu.org/foundation to give today. GBU Life is the marketing name for GBU Financial Life, Pittsburgh, PA. Nominated nonprofits must be IRS-recognized 501c3 public charity serving local U.S. communities. Full details at gbu.org/foundation.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now, Bowser Chevy gets 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
Welcome to the Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland. Host of the Pat Narduzzi Show. At Eliza Hot Metal Bistro, our chefs are true craftsmen, infusing every bite with passion and precision. Elevate your special event to new heights with our rooftop terrace, with over 2,600 square feet of flexible event space. And when it's time to relax after being minutes from the action, our well-appointed guest rooms provide the perfect sanctuary. The Eliza Hot Metal Bistro and Hotel Indigo Pittsburgh, University, Oakland, where every detail, every moment matters.
Hey, who's that girl helping you with your draft picks?
Oh, that's my Clearview expert, Jen. What do you always say, Jen?
Diversify your lineup, just like your investment portfolio.
Yes! She's a genius!
Financial advice is closer than you think. Clearview, clearly different.
Back to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power of Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Shotgun play action fake. Heinkel with time. Going to sail it down the field. There's a man open. He's on a big run. It's Blue hits 25-20, 15-10. Touchdown. 84 yards. And the Panthers are having fun at the expense of the Wolfpack. And guess what? That's the most number of points that anybody has scored on the Wolfpack this year.
That was an 84-yard touchdown, which was a college record in Acrisure Stadium. I would like to see that again this week, Coach. I
love those
I'd pay
big
for that
passes
one.
like that. Although defensively, it's just too fast. Some of those, those short drives like that hurts your defense. But it was great to see that. Those bombs are, those are pretty.
Thing of beauty, big post, Mason Heinschel to Blue Hicks. And on the Pat Narduzzi Show, we're talking Stanford, brought to you by PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865, breaking down the Cardinal on defense. Bobby April's our defensive coordinator. They look to mix it up, 3-man front on the depth chart, but they play a bunch of different looks.
Yeah, they give you a bunch of different looks and coverages, like a lot of people we face. So it'll be no different from what we've seen Our offense does a great job game planning and getting us into the right place.
Who jumps out at you defensively from a personnel standpoint?
I think it starts with that front four. I think they're just solid up front. Just kind of like in North Carolina State, they're strong, they're physical, and like they play with effort. So, just that, we like to be two-dimensional. We got to get some run game going, so we'll try to establish the run game, and like everybody has, but they're a stingy unit up front.
Obviously, Desmond Reed didn't finish the game. Kenny Johnson didn't finish the game. That not only impacts offense, but special teams. And the return game has been such a huge part of what you guys do. What do you see from Stanford in the special teams department?
They do a nice job. They're well coached. They're a well coached football team. So, every week is a challenge. I think what we do schematically is the key. I think. It's what Coach Bronowski is going to put our guys in position to make plays, regardless of who they are. If they're the number one punt team in the country, we're going to find a way to neutralize that. They're a solid, really good football team across the board.
I know you don't like jinxing things, but Trey Bukowski, your freshman kicker's done a heck of a job. He missed one last week, but that happens.
He hit 4, yes.
He hit 4. His percentage is really good. Going into the season, you named a true freshman starter at kicker. You have to be pretty pleased with the results he's given you so far.
No doubt about it. He's a gamer. He really is. Sometimes in practice he doesn't look as good as he looks in the game, but I'd rather have him look better in the games than in practice.
Yeah, cool is the other side of the pillow, as they say. And we're coming up on the other side of this break. We're going to wrap up the Pat Narduzzi Show. You're listening to it on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
We celebrate the brave, the powerful, pink ribbon wearers and supporters who turn the fear and uncertainty of a breast cancer diagnosis into strength and hope. At UPMC, we're here to support you with screenings, compassionate experts, and innovative therapies, because we know that sometimes you just need someone by your side through every step of the journey. Learn more at upmc.com/breast cancer awareness.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies ask, what's your salary? At Northwestern Mutual, we ask, what's your story? We know building the right financial plan means looking at more than money. That's why we start by asking the right questions, listening to what matters most to you, then guiding you every step of the way to help you live the life you want. Plan your financial story with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Northwestern Mutual Pittsburgh today. Visit pittsburgh.nm.com. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
At the University of Pittsburgh, the gold standard is the championship level that Pitt athletics programs strive to achieve. This season, Pitt Athletics is recognizing those businesses that support Pitt Athletics at the gold standard championship level. Pitt Athletics would like to recognize its 2025 Gold Standard corporate partners, Clearview Federal Credit Union and the University of Pittsburgh Medical Center. Thank you for supporting Pitt Athletics. Together, we go for gold.
Hey, it's Andrew Filipponi from 93.7 The Fan for the Power of Bowser. This October, things are getting spooktacular at Bowser Chevy of Monroeville. From the family favorite Chevy Equinox to the powerful Silverado and the all-new Blazer EV, Bowser has a ride that's ready for every trick-or-treat adventure. Right now at Bowser Chevy, get 0% for 36 months on a 2025 Chevy Silverado, $1,500 crew cab, plus $1,000 bonus cash. Get financing offers, top trade-in values, and drive home with the confidence of Chevy's advanced safety features. For well-qualified buyers, tax, title, and fees not included. Dealer doc fee of $477 applies. With approved credit through GM Financial. Offer ends November 3rd.
Oh, that's the power of Bowser. Yeah.
Bowser Chevrolet Monroeville. BowserChevrolet.com.
Hi, this is Bill Hillgrove. Life moves fast, but planning ahead doesn't have to be complicated.
Exactly, Bill. That's why NSS Life offers affordable life insurance and reliable annuities you can count on.
It's the peace of mind you've been looking for.
Because you're not just planning for tomorrow, you're building a future that lasts a lifetime.
NSS Life. Secure today, confident tomorrow.
NSS Life, where family matters.
Let's return to the Pat Narduzzi Show, presented by the Power Bowser on the Pitt Panthers Radio Network.
Welcome back to the Pat Narduzzi Show, live from the Hotel Indigo here on Technology Drive. We got our loyal people here that are not breaking the trend here, like Dr. Mark Duca, who's out in Napa. Allison Rubin's out in San Francisco getting work done. So we appreciate the hustle there. But certainly we appreciate those that come here every week. And we're here every week with the exception of next week. We will not be here at the Pat Narduzzi Show. It's an open week, but business to be tended to first. Coach, you got a 2,600-mile flight tomorrow at 3 o'clock. It's a long trip for sure. That's why you're going a day early. What does Friday look like for your football team?
Friday afternoon will look like it does, what we do at home. So, difference for our kids is they'll be waking up in a hotel and hopefully getting a good rest. We'll have breakfast in the morning. We call it pro style, where they can come down when they're ready. It's not like you have to be down at 8 a.m. It'll be open from 9 to 11, I think, something like that. And but we'll just get them down there. Obviously the coaches will be working, watching videotape and doing what they do. And then we're going to take them out for just a walk. We'll go team walk a couple miles just to get them out in the sun, the fresh air, coming off a flight, just to get them juiced up a little bit. And then in the afternoon we'll go to a high school and get our normal 52-minute kind of a walk-through workout in, and then get into our evening meetings with our team and pregame meal, or I guess Friday night meal with the team.
You referenced this in your Monday news conference, the work of Chris LaSala, Zane Rockelman, your ops staff, and in preparing for a new challenge like this. Obviously other schools have done it, but they do a lot of legwork leading up to the season and then obviously during the season to make sure that the players and coaches, their job is to not be noticed. Nothing should be different, and they do a heck of a job of it.
They do. Chris and Zane both do an outstanding job of just making sure things are organized. And also Katie, our nutritionist, just making sure, the plane is right, our guys are hydrated. I mean, we had she gave a 2-minute presentation today. I learned something about just, how much fluid. I'm going to lose 44 ounces of fluid on this flight out there in 5.5 hours.
Really?
Yeah. So make sure you hydrate on the plane, Pat.
Well, it's hard not to. The bag of water they give you is pretty impressive. I mean, if you can't be hydrated with that, you got problems.
Yeah, you got the selections, right? It's not a normal Delta flight or United flight. So, we've got a great plan, and again, everybody knows what their job is. Coach Stack's gonna, they say don't fall asleep on the trip out there. Well, our kids are gonna have trouble not falling asleep. So we got Coach Stack out. He's going to run through the plane with a whistle, make sure everybody stays awake. That's his job.
I'm good. There's no way I'm sleeping on a plane. But if he's going through with a whistle, I want to watch it. And that would be pretty.
We're going to try to keep our guys awake and give them work to do, homework to do, academically, but give them film work and even have some meetings on the plane just to keep them awake. Because if you sleep on the plane, then when you get there, you're kind of going to stay awake. You're going to be wide awake in the hotel. We want to get you, that clock right.
Absolutely. And, Coach, at this point in the season, your team's rattled off 4 in a row. I know you're not worried about it. You're living 1-week seasons. How do you balance humility and confidence, right? You're watching the opponent, but your team's hot and they're confident right now. How do you toe that line?
I think it's just the way we coach every day. I mean, it's, not being satisfied with where we are and what we've done. We could still get a lot better. We still have things to improve on. And it's being hard on them every day and not just being this happy team every day we go out there. I'm going to rip their ass every day in practice for stuff they do. And if I have to make it up, I'm going to make it up.
There you go. Coach, best of luck on your trip out west.
Appreciate it, Pat. Hail to Pitt.
Thanks to our executive producer, PJ Kamanchik, T-Bird, Tom Catanzarite, handling the intricacies here at the Hotel Indigo. Charlie Borges back at Studio Central in Foster Plaza. The folks here at Hotel Indigo for taking care of us. Our crowd here that's come here every week. A special thanks to Mike Annarella, to Jake Overman who joined us today. We'll talk to you live from Palo Alto. Kickoff at 3:30 Eastern. We'll be on the air at 12:30 for a big game out west. Have a great day and hail to Pitt.